Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing okay. Kind of iffy when it's a Monday morning. So I had some plans for today, not exactly riveting plans, but I thought I would record some of it because people talk about, hey, why don't you show us more of your life? Because my life is like your life, that's why. But I thought I would go ahead and record some of it for you. First of all, I was going to get up this morning and drive 40 minutes into Deming to pick up some things at Walmart. And I don't want to. So I made a very short little list. I'm going to hit the Dollar General here and just pick up a few things here. The reason is I will be leaving here on Thursday, and where I'm moving is only 20 minutes away from the Walmart in Deming, so we may as well just wait it out, and yeah, we can find what we need at a dollar store. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Just normal, typical stuff. I'm going to get to it. So I will see you in a bit. Easter's coming up. My main goal in life today. I want thick cut. Not the regular kind. Okay, this is a must-have thing. Instant decaf coffee. I might have to mute some of this because of the whole YouTube thing, and songs don't go well together. No, I'm not seeing anything. This is not good. I hate to do this. I have tried their instant coffee, and it's just horrible. Let's just get this little container of it for now. And drink tea, decaffeinated tea in the evening. How's that? Sounds like a plan. Well, that was certainly a lot faster than driving 40 minutes to Walmart. Okay, back to camp. It's right around the corner here. Won't take but a minute. Okay, I thought instead I would take you through this little village of Columbus. Tiny little town, cute as a button. We'll go up one side of Main Street and down the other. This is things going on. It's a pretty little building there. What the heck that is. Okay. What's this? Oh. Okay, breakfast. That was about it on that one side. Let's turn it around up here. Okay, let's go back. Oh, that's a cute little trailer over there. You see that? Yeah, Mexico's that way. There's a cute little building there. And we have a bank over here. There's the post office. Been there. Tumblewood Theater. Huh. Got a park over here. Cute little park. I'm missing something here. Where is... Oh, there it is, down this way. Okay, here it is. Hold on. So that's where I got that fantastic pizza at. And they have really good food in here. They call it a Pancho Burger. Pancho Burger, yeah. It's got green chilies and all kinds of things. I'll try to get one before I leave town, because I can't remember whether I've had it here or not. I might have been so enthralled with the pizza I never got around to the cheeseburger. Maybe I'll stop by and get one of those here before I leave. Oh, it's a little hotel. Huh. Wait, there's more to this town than I thought. Oh, this is the other side of the road I was on. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so as I was saying in my last video, I can tell you now, Pancho Villa State Park, because I'm leaving. But as I was saying, the sewer system's been clogged, so they had to shut that down here. I guess 3 years ago, people were still coming here. They just have never fixed it. And here, the third year on, and nobody is showing up at this park, even though it's an absolutely gorgeous park. People used to come here just to go over the border, and I don't even see that. It's very strange. Well, it's mostly an electric park, and maybe the problem is if you're paying, now that they raise the prices, if you're paying a lot, you know, for it, because the prices have gone up, mostly it's electric. This is the only non-electric sites right down here and where I am. So if you're paying electric and you don't have a sewer or anything at the, if you don't have an annual pass, it's $30-something. But if you're not, you know, if they don't have sewer or showers or anything like that, I guess that's a lot of money to be paying. I guess, I don't know. But I guess that's $30 is a lot to pay when you don't have anything except literally, well, just electric and water. You don't have any sewer or anything like that. Yeah, I guess that's a lot. Because they were fine. They still had people in it last year. The area I'm in was full of people last year. Not completely full, but yeah. So this has got to be because of the prices. This is exactly the time I was here last year. So I know it kind of looks like they're in the shade. Some of them are right now, but in about 5 or 10 minutes, they'll all be in the sun. Now here are my spring vegetables, and once again, I apologize for the wind. My peas, I try to keep my peas a short vine variety that don't get over like 36 inches tall. That's a snow pea I've never tried before, and it's doing great. This is, yeah, my dinosaur kale. These are actually dwarf lettuces, and I'm putting them in a cup, 16-ounce cup. We'll see how they do. They're doing excellent, actually, so far. And some other varieties of smaller lettuce. Got flowers here. We got bok choy. And I'm actually trying a small dwarf version of cabbage. It's called the Katarina F1. It should be interesting. right now it's just easier to keep these things in these cups when I travel. Really neat, holds them in place while I drive. When I get up to the mountains, things will be moved, potted up at that time. I'm kind of timing this so I'm not carrying a lot of large I'm not carrying a lot of large pots with me. This is some russet potatoes I bought at the store, chitted them back in sometime in January. I used to do the roost out method at my house, so I'm kind of doing a version of it here. When I was originally in the Sonoran Desert, I put down whatever dry desert grasses I could find. And then when I was up in the mountains, I added some pine needles and leaves. And I believe there's some kind of grass here, dried up grass here, that is going to be excellent for the next layer going up. Make sure it stays watered. It has granular fertilizer in it. And I'm adding the water-soluble fertilizer at 555 about once a week. So that's kind of an experiment. I'm kind of excited to see how that turns out. Okay, so these are my peppers. They seem to be doing pretty good. These I started as an experiment while I was still down in the desert. I didn't know what was going to happen, and they grew just fine down there. And now I'm desperate to keep them alive, but they have just been through torture, pure torture. 5 days with hardly any sun, and now they're down here just being beaten to death by the wind. It's so sad. I'm trying my best to keep them alive though. And I'll show you the kind of setup I have for them. For when these winds get up to 50 and 60 miles an hour, I am taking them in and putting them in my van, and I've got a setup for them, kind of like a little nursery that hopefully will help them out. I will say that every tomato plant that I do is of a dwarf variety. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to do this today at all. I had other plans, but you know, life is weird, and I'm gonna have to do some gardening stuff because those tomatoes I just showed you are not doing good. They were kind of an experiment I started back in January. Originally, I had planned to start my tomatoes in end of March, beginning of April, which is now. So this isn't such a bad thing. If these guys don't make it over there, we got some others. We'll have these, gives them 6 weeks before I get to the mountains. And I'm just gonna sow some seeds here, and I'm sure they'll be fine. I really hate to travel with anything big, so this has been a really big experiment, and the weather it's just horrendous. Tomorrow the wind is going to be, the wind gusts are going to be between 50 and 60 miles per hour. And these guys are barely making it after the last 2 days of wind and 5 days of no sun. We're just talking about the tomatoes here. All the other plants are fine. But I think it's best I stick with my original plan, which was, sow the seeds in April, beginning of April and March. So that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully I will work with these to get them. I made up a little nursery in the van. I'll show it to you because I cannot leave them outside during the wind the next 2 days. I mean, it's windy today, but not like it's going to be tomorrow. And yet they need sun. So, you know, I'm beginning to wonder about their chances of survival. So we're going to start some more seeds, and these will then be ready by the time I get to the mountains. Fingers crossed. it was tough on the road. I wasn't giving the tomatoes a whole lot of attention, except the big plants. I wasn't paying attention to these little plants here. I'm going to show you one more thing in the van. So hold on. Okay, this is what I've rigged up. This is where I usually put the big pots when I travel, right in here. This is the back of my van. What I have done is I brought my fluorescent light. I've dropped it down a bit. I've plugged it into the Bluetti EB55. And then I have solar, 100-watt solar panel on it. And that will it's not a lot of light, but it's enough light. It's better than no light, put it that way. They should be fine. We're talking mostly the tomatoes we're worried about here. I can just run them in a row right across here. And yeah, so when the wind picks up, I'm not putting them outside tomorrow because they're just barely making it. So I will put them under this light here. So that's the plan. Okay, so that was not at all how I expected to spend my day. But when I saw the forecast with the wind, 50, 60 mile an hour wind gusts, we just had 2 days of wind. But 50 and 60 is really bad, to the point where you can't go outside without getting a mouthful of sand and dirt. So, yeah. So I'm glad I set up that nursery instead. We got the nursery set up just in case those tomato plants don't make it. I have tomato seeds started. Like I said, my original plan was to start the seeds at the end of March, beginning of April anyway, so that's fine. It's just I was playing when I was in the desert, I was playing, and I was amazed that I could grow things all winter there, and I started those tomatoes when I had no intention of actually starting them. Then I started all these all these vegetables that I was actually going to wait to just before I left to do them, because 6 weeks till I get to where I'm going in the mountains, or it might be a little longer, but 6 weeks is what I needed for the time to grow. And they're so much easier, as you can see, just to transport them in those cups, in those trays. So I'm going to try to remember that for next year. I can't help it. I'll probably still do big tomato plants. Well, not big, but start them way ahead of time. It's just something I do. But the main garden should be started if I'm going to the mountains. I'm thinking no later than the beginning of April. That will give them 6 weeks to get to a decent size before we get up there. And now I'm thinking I might not even get up there till later in May. It's pretty cold up there in May. It's still in the 30s at night, sometimes 20s, I believe. We'll see what happens. Even though I'm not going to see my brother in Oklahoma, I'm still going to go hang out in Oklahoma. I'll tell you about that later, maybe. But I'm still headed over there, and the weather should be pretty nice there in May, so we'll see. I don't want to go into the cold any sooner than I have to, you know. Anyway, you know what I'm going to do is either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to do what I thought I was going to do when I got up this morning, and I'll video it, because really, in my opinion, what I did today was a lot more interesting for me than what I had planned to do. I enjoyed that a lot more, but you might not. So I'll try again on another day, but it was important I get these to do something to save my tomatoes. Do all I can to save them. And if not, I have more going. So that is really cool. So I'm going to let you go for now. I hope you all are doing well. I hope things are warming up nicely for all of you. And yeah, hopefully you can start some gardening here soon. And yeah, I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.